Hi everyone, this is Literacies. In this presentation, I will be sharing with you the major ideas in the second subtopic from the first chapter of Performance Studies and Introduction by Richard Schechner. This subtopic is titled Multiple Literacies and Hypertexts, in which Schechner is defining what multiple literacies and hypertexts are and how they are connected to the performances in today's scenario. Before moving into the major ideas, let's see the definition of the term literacy. The available definitions for the term literacy are 1. The ability to read and write. This seems to be a commonly known popular definition for literacy. Second definition is competence or knowledge in a specified area. It is an advanced way of defining the term literacy. Schechner opens the subtopic stating that literacy is declining nowadays, not only in terms of basic reading skills but also in what people read and how they write. Here, by saying so, Schechner is foreshadowing an idea which he explains further in this subtopic, that is, the common definition or idea of being literate is undergoing a paradigm shift nowadays. Schechner points out two major reasons for the strong lift in conventional ordinary definition and idea of literacy. One is the universality of television and second is the global availability of internet. Because of the above mentioned reasons, the first definition of literacy as ability to read and write is replaced and overridden by the more advanced definition, that is the competency or knowledge in specified area. In short, we could say that in today's techno-savvy world, being literate is to have competency or knowledge in a specified area rather than having basic reading and writing ability. These two reasons have also affected the way ordinary people communicate to the art of writing or respond to the art of writing or any other form of art. In order for us to understand it better, let's ask ourselves a question. Why epics are almost dead now? In the 21st century, only few prefers to read or write epics because printed media is drastically superseded by the visual media with the global availability and universality of television and internet. That is why Schechner pointed out it has affected the way people respond to or approach the art of writing. Now, he says that today's world is moving very fast that it seems difficult for us to comprehend the performances or actions happening around us. To make us understand about this rapid nature of today's world, Schechner quotes Andy Warhol, who was an American artist and a leading figure in visual art movement known as pop art. In the future, everyone will be world famous for 15 minutes. The quote of Andy Warhol indicates the fleeting nature of our epoch. All of us have become in this transient world the emperors of ice creams, as Wallace Stevens puts. Schechner says that we are living in a world of virtual reality and global accessibility. Since we are living in such a world of virtual reality, people are increasingly becoming body literate, orally literate, visually literate, and so on. This is called multiple literacy. Today's world demands operations at many levels and directions, which in turn demands multiple literacies. We already mentioned about multiple literacies in the previous slide, that is being bodily literate, orally literate, or visually literate, and so on. So these multiple literacies are performatives. Performatives are the utterances made with language and the body, so which are required for performances. So in today's world, in today's scenario, in 21st century, the performances or the actions of people requires multiple literacies, which acts as the performatives for the performances. Now, a world of multiple performatives is the turf of performance studies today. So, the domain of performance studies or the subject area or subject matter of performance studies in 21st century is the world of multiple performatives. To put it in another way, the academic discipline of performance studies have emerged as a response to the increasingly performative world. So, 21st century performance studies about the increasingly performative world of today, or the increasingly multiple literate world of today. Now, Schechner comes back to the term literacy again. He talks about three types of literacies. Two are the extremes. One is the low level pulp and picture only literacy, and the other extreme is the high level literacy. And what is squeezed in between these two is called the mid level or ordinary literacy. Now, as I said earlier, the ability to read, write and calculate above a basic standard as a definition for literacy is declining in today's advanced society, because in today's world, literacy means competence or knowledge in a specified area. Otherwise, it will be considered as a low level pulp and picture only literacy. Now, he moves into the next idea, that is hypertext. What is gaining importance in today's world is the hypertext. Hypertext combines words, images, sounds and various shorthands which we use in while messaging in WhatsApp or social media. Schechner says that a different kind of freedom of speech is evolving even more rapidly in so-called developing world than in Europe or North America. For example, take an instance of reading an article or watching a video or viewing a picture in any social media platform like Facebook, Instagram, etc. Most of us will post a comment or hypertext which consists of emojis or any interactive text as soon as we finishes reading that article or watching that video or viewing that photograph or picture. So this is kind of a freedom of speech which is evolving more rapidly in today's world. So especially in developing worlds like India or other developing nations than in Europe or North America. Also, today's world of multiple literacies and hypertexts have replaced books by interactive e-forms that can be played with on tablet devices like Kindle and all. And reading itself is increasingly supplanted by a range of ideas, feelings, requests and desires that are communicated in many different ways. People are becoming both readers and authors. A very good example for that is the involvement of us in social media platform. Knowingly or unknowingly, we are becoming authors as well as readers. So identities are revealed, masked, fabricated and stolen. This kind of communicating is highly performative. It demands multiple literacies like bodily literate, orally literate, visually literate and so on. And it demands the use of hypertext also. So that is why Schechner is saying that this kind of communicating is highly performative. And the everyday performances of today requires low-level pulp and picture-only literacy or mid-level ordinary literacy. For instance, nobody needs much competency or skill in using hypertext or involving in social media platforms. So, the high-level literacy, that is the competency or thorough knowledge in a specific area, is fast becoming the specialty of academics who master one or more specialized knowledge. And whole industries are devoted to translating high-level literacy or research into marketable applications. This idea or this opinion of Schechner resonates the opinion of Lyotard in the essay Postmodern Condition when he talks about research and its legitimation. Now, Schechner concludes the subtopic by saying that many academics do not feel the need to address a broad public or to explain exactly what the basis for the new knowledge are. In simple words, we could say that the academics or the scholars who have specific knowledge or high literacy in a specified area do not take any effort to explain the basis for that new knowledge to the common mass. Unfortunately, this is true of performance studies too. For example, performance studies scholars who read pop culture may not write in ways that ordinary people, those who practice pop culture, find accessible or comprehensible. A chasm has opened separating the scholars from those they write about.